For over 2 centuries, a single book was considered so dangerous that the most powerful institution in the Western world, the Catholic Church, placed it on its index of prohibited books. Its possession could ruin a man. Its ideas could topple a reputation. This censorship was not enacted because the text was blasphemous or promoted violence. It was banned for a far more subversive reason. It told the unvarnished truth about power in a way that made those in control profoundly uncomfortable. The author, Niccolò Machiavelli, a Florentine diplomat and philosopher, died knowing his work would either liberate men by revealing the mechanics of power or be buried forever by those it threatened. They tried to bury it. They failed. The reason for their terror is precisely what you are about to discover. Look at the world around you. Every successful individual you admire, every powerful figure who commands respect and resources, operates with an understanding of a fundamental reality. It is not a secret handshake, an accident of birth, or mere luck. It is the ability to see the social and political game for what it actually is, not for what you have been told it is. This perspective is a lens that, once adopted, changes everything irrevocably. You can never unsee the true structures of power. Machiavelli spent his life in the corridors of power, observing empires rise and fall. He witnessed weak men lose everything, and strong, strategic men take what they wanted. In exile, he made a choice that would define his legacy. He recorded his observations not in flowery, philosophical language, but in brutal, crystalline prose. The Prince was not written for kings. They already knew its lessons. It was a mirror held up to the reality of governance and human nature. When people looked into that mirror, they saw a reflection that terrified them, the true rules of the game. The immediate and lasting backlash was not because the book was evil, but because this knowledge threatens every system designed to maintain order and compliance. It pulls back the curtain. Here is what they do not want you to understand. You have been raised in a simulation, not a digital one, but a psychological one. From childhood, you have been fed a narrative about how the world should work. Work hard and you will be rewarded. Be kind and people will respect you. Follow the rules and success will follow. It is a comforting story. It is also, in the raw competition for power, largely false. The real world operates on a different set of principles which Machiavelli documented with surgical precision 500 years ago. These principles remain true because human nature, our drives for security, status, and influence, has not changed. To awaken is to learn to see these principles in action. The first truth: the world is not fair, and it was never designed to be. You have been taught that fairness is a default state, a cosmic equilibrium that will right itself if disturbed. This belief keeps you passive and waiting for recognition, for your turn, for someone to notice your hard work and grant you your due. Machiavelli observed that fortune favors the bold, not the patient. The men who ascended to power were not those who waited patiently in line. They were the ones who seized opportunity, who understood that power is rarely given, it is taken. This is not a call to nihilism, but to realism. Stop waiting for permission or for a cosmic justice that does not exist. Acknowledge that you are in a state of competition, whether you consciously choose to be or not. Resources, influence, and status are finite. Those who prosper understand this and position themselves accordingly, not by bemoaning the unfairness of the system, but by learning to navigate its actual currents. The second truth: being liked is not the same as being respected. Modern society often conflates agreeableness with virtue. You are encouraged to be nice, accommodating, and conflict-averse in the belief that this is the path to success. Machiavelli watched nice princes lose their kingdoms. He famously pondered whether it was better for a leader to be loved or feared. His conclusion was that while both is ideal, if one must choose, it is safer to be feared. For love is preserved by the link of obligation, which, owing to the baseness of men, is broken at every opportunity for their advantage. But fear preserves you by a dread of punishment, which never fails. This is frequently misinterpreted as an endorsement of cruelty. It is not. It is a lesson in boundaries and consequences. Think of the people you truly respect. There is a formidability to them, an implicit line that cannot be crossed. This is not accidental, it is cultivated. Kindness without boundaries is interpreted as weakness. People will take from you whatever you allow them to take. The game, in the end, rewards respect far more than it rewards mere likability. The third truth: appearance and reality are seldom the same. Machiavelli dedicated significant thought to the crucial gap between how things appear and how they truly are. He understood that most people react to surface-level illusions without perceiving the deeper currents beneath. In your workplace, there is the official hierarchy on an organizational chart, and then there is the real hierarchy, the individuals who actually wield influence, who have the decision-maker's ear. Most people see only the former and wonder why less qualified individuals are promoted. In social dynamics, there are stated rules of engagement and actual rules. In relationships, people express what they believe they should want, but their actions reveal what they actually respond to. The gap between these two levels is vast. Machiavellian wisdom teaches strategic observation. Watch what people do, not what they say. Track where resources and influence actually flow, not where they are claimed to flow. Understand who gains power, not who you feel deserves it by some moral standard. This is not cynicism, it is clarity. And in a world of illusions, clarity is power. The fourth truth: your comfort is being weaponized against your potential. This is perhaps the most insidious truth because it is the most invisible. Modern society has perfected a method of control that Machiavelli's princes could only dream of. Control not through overt oppression, but through curated comfort. Entertainment, distraction, and easy pleasures are offered in just enough measure to keep the population sedated, but not enough to empower them. You are encouraged to seek work-life balance, to avoid stress, and to treat yourself. Meanwhile, Machiavelli understood that comfort breeds complacency, and complacency breeds weakness. The soft prince loses his kingdom to the hungry rival. The comfortable man loses his edge to the disciplined one. The path to power requires voluntary hardship, discipline, delayed gratification, and struggle. All things modern culture tells you to avoid. Your competitors, and you have them, are counting on you to remain comfortable, to choose distraction over development, to stay exactly where you are. So, what is the result of integrating these truths? You do not become cold or cruel. You become strategic. You become intentional. You become effective. You cease complaining about unfairness and begin positioning yourself advantageously. You stop hoping for respect and start building a presence that commands it. You no longer react emotionally to every slight, but respond strategically to what truly matters. You see the invisible hierarchies in every room and understand the difference between stated rules and actual rules. You transition from being a piece on the board to being a player of the game. The awakened man in action. Consider the practical application of this mindset. In your career, the naive man believes promotions are purely merit-based. He works hard in isolation, keeps his head down, and waits to be discovered. The awakened man understands that advancement involves visibility, strategic relationships, and managing perception. He works hard, but he also ensures his value is seen by the right people. He builds alliances with influencers and frames his accomplishments as solutions to problems his superiors care about. The effort may be similar, but the outcomes are profoundly different. In social dynamics, the naive man enters interactions trying to be liked. He agrees constantly, avoids conflict, and wonders why he is not taken seriously. The awakened man engages with clear boundaries. He is agreeable when it serves a purpose, firm when necessary, and comfortable with constructive disagreement. People sense his self-respect and mirror it back to him. In relationships, the naive man believes that unconditional availability signifies devotion. He is always accessible, always accommodating, and is perplexed when attraction fades. The awakened man understands that perceived value requires demonstrated independence and standards. He is present and engaged, but maintains his own mission and self-respect.